Sí, babe. Sí, babe. Sí, babe. It's the Looney Show. You know what up?
All right. Hey, everybody. So we have an article that we today coming out of from WTOL 11. They're out of Toledo, Ohio, and this is about a woman by the name of Daria Frances Stooks. She was about 8 weeks pregnant, and there was a confrontation in a Circle K, and she had lost her child.
And that Circle K is a gas station, guys,
Yes, it is. It is
in Ohio
yeah, yeah,
and other areas.
yeah. It's a chain. It's
Yeah.
definitely a chain. So, a South Carolina woman has filed a civil lawsuit against Circle K and an employee alleging she was assaulted by a cashier at a Bowling Green store in May and later suffered a miscarriage as a result. Daria Frances Stooks said she was 8 weeks pregnant when the confrontation occurred inside the Circle K on East Worcester Street while she and her family were traveling from South Carolina to Detroit. Video from inside the store shows a chaotic altercation near the counter between a cashier and a customer. Stooks identified herself as the customer in the video and said the incident began after she paid for gas but forgot to enter her rewards number. According to Stooks, she asked whether it was too late to enter the number and was told yes. She then requested that the transaction be canceled and says the cashier refused. She gave me every excuse why she couldn't do it, and it didn't make sense, Stooks told WTOL 11. Court filings allege the situation escalated when the cashier identified as Shannon Walsh became verbally hostile and physically assaulted Stooks by throwing a jar of coins, pulling her by the hair, slamming her into a cooler, and striking her.
Whoa.
Stooks also alleges racial slurs were used during the confrontation. I believe that. Walsh later pleaded no contest and negligent assault according to court records and was ordered to complete anger management training. Stooks said the physical effects of the incident continued after she left the store. She reported experiencing severe cramping and said doctors later told her she had miscarried.
Oh, God.
The loss, she said, had affected her entire family, including her children. It makes me very emotional because of the fact that I did lose a child and my two sons were there to witness it and how terrified they were, said Stooks. They just haven't been able to sleep. And then my youngest baby, my 8-year-old, Michael, he's been jumping out of his sleep, running and screaming. Her husband, Dathan Stooks Sr., said no bystanders remained at the scene to provide statements after the incident. The lawsuit seeks compensatory damages for physical injuries, emotional distress, and the loss of the pregnancy. Court records show Circle K has not yet filed a response. The company did not immediately respond to a request for comments.
That is a lot to unpack.
Woo!
A lot to unpack.
That's a lot.
Okay, I guess I would like to start this off because every time we hear there's assault against a African American black person, because I like to be called black, we always ask, what did the black person do? Like, automatically. We are always in the wrong at first, and that is justified these type of actions should happen to us. And that is not always the case, and that is not right. No matter what you do, you should not warrant assault, because, for example, if they say something to us, they call us niggas, they can throw those type of words around. We can't hit them because of it. If so, we get charged. So to use the defense that because I was loud and belligerent is why you assaulted me, and that's what they tend to always use. But I would like to make that a point that this wasn't an angry black woman moment.
Oh, no. Not even described.
So I think that's first. Also, we might want to question the rewards portion of it. They're traveling from North Carolina to Detroit. When you're traveling long distances like that, you want to use your reward points because that gives you more bang for your mileage, more gas for your buck. And I have a truck. I'm not even going to lie. And when I travel, I use ExxonMobil. I do want those rewards. And I will ask you, Well, I'm going to make sure that that's done. I'm going to ask you about the rewards prior to the transaction, but sometimes that does not always occur. And sometimes I go to an Exxon and they can't give me my reward points there. They have to give me a receipt. So I can understand possibly why she may said, okay, cancel this transaction, let's do it again, because she needs those rewards points. They're traveling. We don't know that money situation. We don't know how gas is. But it was warranted for a customer to ask for that thing, for the transaction to be void and us redo the transaction. I don't think anybody should be assaulted by having that simple request. I don't think that's an asinine request. I don't think that's too out of your means. I just really felt like sometimes I get the feeling when I'm in certain spaces, like for example, when I go to Macy's. And I go to certain Macy's, like I go to the Macy's in Cherry Hill, and I'll get a Coach purse. And I'll go up to the counter with my Coach purse. And I'll ask a question. And you know how I get treated from the cashier? Um, uh, yeah, but then I'll see the same interaction with a white woman, and it's very friendly. And I think that's how I'm perceiving the transaction between her. She asked a question, and that woman was like, ah. But if it was somebody else, it would have been a different reaction. I get it all the time. And I'll sit back and watch transactions with other people just to see, hey, well, maybe it's just they're not having a bad day. Maybe it's me. And every time I go to this Macy's, I get something. I get me a nice little Coach or whatever. If I'm spending a lot of money, they look at me like, why is she here? How is she buying this? I'm the cashier and I can't even buy this purse. And I get that type of treatment during that transaction. So I just wanted to state those type of things. And then let's go ahead, Looney. Let's unpack this.
I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, this woman was number one, just treated horribly. Especially, I don't know, like, and I don't know what this woman's deal was even before when she walked in. I don't know I don't know if she was having a bad day. Mm-hmm. I was just like, maybe she was having a bad day. No excuse still. I'm just like, it's one of those things my grandfather always used to tell me. He's just like, you never know what some people are going through. So sometimes you just have to be careful of what you say to people. I'm not saying that this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we don't. Sometimes we can say something we don't know how it could trigger.
Yeah, it could even just be a triggering word. I could say hi, and the way I say hi could remind you of your dead mother, because that's how your mother used to say hi to you. I get that, but it does not warrant.
No, it doesn't. No, it does. It's not warranting. I'm not excusing any of her behavior at all. What I'm saying is just that I don't know what I also don't know. It was just like what could have. I'm not saying she did anything purposely, because from what she described, she was just like, oh, you know what? I forgot to put in my rewards. Can
you cancel it?
Can we just cancel it and we just do it all over again? And for some reason, the girl didn't want to do it. And I get it. I've been in customer service. I worked in it for years and years. And I can honestly say, yes, it is annoying sometimes where you have to sit there and cancel something, take it all out, and do it all over again. I agree. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and the thing about it is,
sometimes you got to get a manager. The manager may not be there. Like, a lot of shit.
And I think I personally think it was those two things. The manager wasn't there, number one. And then number two, she didn't know how to void it out.
It's not the customer's fault.
Yeah. It's not. But it's just like, it's not.
Yeah.
But it's just like you could have. Yeah. But it's just like, but if you don't know how to do something, let the customer know. You know what I'm saying about like what's going on and what ability that you can do. It's just like, let me see if I can figure this out real quick. Da 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 da. I'm gonna call somebody that can possibly help me. Something. There's protocols that you can do to sit there and rent and make sure. It was like, even if you don't know, I was like, you can figure it out, whatever the case may be. I've been in those situations in customer service all the time.
Of course, yeah, of course.
And it's just like, and if that was the case, doubling down and saying like, oh, I'm like, no. I was just like, don't try to sit there. You can't tell the customer what they're going to do with their money. What you're going to do with their money. You can't say, you can't
exactly.
do that.
Not knowing that we don't know the situation. At the end of the day, we both grew up in the area where they say the customer's always right, but at the end of the day, I am supposed to check my personal feelings at the door when I go into work. Number two, it was two significant things in this story that made it seem like it was a bit personal. And everybody like to say, don't make everything racist, but unfortunately in America, everything is. And it's two things that I would like to point out. She's 8 months pregnant.
No, 8 weeks.
Oh, 8 weeks?
Yeah, she was 8 weeks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no.
Oh, she was 8. Oh, well,
No.
okay. I was going to say, if she was 8 months, you could tell this heifer's pregnant. So why are you putting your hands on her butt?
Yeah, she was 8 weeks.
Correction, guys. 8 weeks. Oh, no. So you don't know a person pregnant, but you're still not supposed to put your hands on her. But, now, when we have arguments, so back to my second point, because that one was scratched off in live action. My second point is, when you get in an argument with someone, right, you do one of two things. You either you speak exactly how you feel about the individual, or you throw insults to insult. And the black woman stated that when this woman was insulting her, racial slurs were thrown. So that to me, let me know this is how she feels about some woman that she does not know. Based off of a transaction she just got to cancel.
Well,
and you beat this lady up. Did y'all hear what
it was?
What the?
And the thing about it is, the one thing I did.
Dang.
The one thing I didn't mention to you is I did see her mugshot. This woman had nothing but a smug on. She had a smug.
Oh, she was happy about whooping up.
Smug. She had a smug look on her face.
Yeah,
she had no remorse of what she did whatsoever.
The fact you beat. We described the encounter. The fact you beat her up because she said she wanted to cancel. Child, I'm going to let you know honestly. Even if I get an encounter out on the street, a lot of the times I'm going to smack you, I'm going to punch you. I'm not going into all that dragging unless you fighting big. But if we have a interaction in public and I don't like what you said to me, I'm going to initially smack you. Y'all, get whatever you need to get right because we're in a disagreement and I don't like the way this is going. But the way she assaulted this lady, she had something to prove. She was ready. And I don't know, I have a lot of questions like, girl, you ain't fight back?
Well, I'm sure I think...
Did you play dead like, oh, lawsuit?
No, remember, the first thing that was thrown at her was a jar of corn.
And I done snatched her right on over that counter and went bop, 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 bop. You wouldn't have had me into the ice machine. You wouldn't have did all that. The rest of the stuff. Because once you threw that change at me, I'd have grabbed her collar right over. But the fact that she continued on with the beating lets me know this woman wasn't fighting back.
I mean,
or if she was getting dragged.
I don't think so. I just think I honestly
I don't sense any violence in this woman because I already told you off the initial, if you had a problem with canceling the transaction with me, we would have had a problem.
Yeah, she was.
So I don't sense any aggressiveness with her.
No, I'm
15 years military. My second language is violent. So I didn't sense any aggression with her.
Just for context, the pregnant woman is 40.
And now, I'm 41.
The pregnant woman is 40. The woman, I was like the worker who attacked her is 28. Okay?
Oh my gosh. A 40-year-old having a baby, she's already high risk. So that's why she didn't fight back. She didn't want to risk her pregnancy.
Absolutely not.
She's high risk.
Absolutely not.
She's high risk.
She already had a 13 and an 8-year-old.
And some guys, y'all gotta understand, sometimes a miscarriage and an abortion is worse than just letting the pregnancy go through because of how our body, what happens with the woman body is, it takes a while for our body to catch up that we no longer have a fetus. And then our bodies start attacking itself. So it's very painful within a miscarriage and a abortion period because the body still recognized there was a baby here, and that's all our body wants to do is produce.
No, I mean, I totally agree with that.
That's crazy. Guys, I don't know. It's like you can't tell me racism doesn't still exist.
Well, no.
Anybody that says that is lying to themselves.
They're just
here in America.
They're just intellectual. It's not. You know what it is. I'm actually getting kind of sick of it. It's 2026 now.
Yes.
I will say this. You are being intellectually dishonest.
Yes, you are.
And lazy. Not only dishonest, but also lazy by saying that you feel like racism is eradicated. You know what I'm saying? And especially if you're a white person, please. I would rather you play in traffic blindfolded than believing that, because you would have a better chance of getting hit by a car than thinking that what you're thinking and have it be true. Okay? You have a better chance of getting hit by a car, by a truck.
And for example, okay, everybody don't like to say the J word, but you have Jews, and they were initially discriminated in Germany. So you would say that Germans were their oppressors. But a lot of the Jews sat there and they immigrated into other countries. So they're here in the United States, they're here in the United Kingdom, they're not in Germany. They're not living with their oppressors. Guys, where did all our racist people go? Is the question I have for you. They didn't go anywhere. So how are we eradicated from racism if we're still in the same country as our oppressors? You're not making sense. And even though you may not experience it, you in your daily life, you were brought up around white people, you have great white friends, your stepmother is white, this, that, and the third, and you have never experienced that, please stop dismissing the claims of other black individuals that have. Because you may not be in the environment that has not experienced it, but you are 1% of individuals who have. And when you make those claims, you dismiss exactly their proper right for how they feel and how they be treated. Because you are the 1%. You are the minority, not the majority. And when you do speak of it, please empathize and say my experiences, because we're all don't have the same experiences. For example, me personally, I was brought up in a predominantly white area. I don't know if I could say I experienced racism early on, because it was like, I was darky, and me and the only African boy in our class were meant to be with each other. And if you think about that, you would kind of say it is. But I didn't really experience blatant, open racism until I started getting into my profession. Until I started getting into the tech field. And the tech field is dominated by predominantly white males. And that's when, oh, wow, it was blatant. And this is here, I'm 2026. So you can't say it doesn't exist. And in a lot of fields, it still does.
Even racism has diversified.
Yes, it has. Hmm.
Racism has diversified. They have to get like, it's so funny. It's like they have to get like really, especially here in America. They have to get like real, you know, uh, interesting with it, get creative with it.
Creative, yeah.
Unfortunately, and unfortunately, it's falling on deaf ears. I mean, and the thing about it is just it's like, as far as white people are concerned, it's just like they don't even make up most of the world. Uh, these people who are holding on here in the United States of America, this all they got. This all they got. They don't have anything else, and they barely have, and they're losing this by a
By a
lot.
mile, because remember our last episode with the level of suspicion, we are gaining these things with bare minimum.
Yeah, but bringing it back to this, just to this woman, and to this woman and her situation, it's just, you know, it gets back to, the humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the humanity of it all.
Yeah.
This woman is not being, has to sit here and fight for her humanity. She has lost her child. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure her and her husband were were very excited about this whole thing out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like they have an 8-year-old and a 13-year-old.
Yeah, we don't know that situation. They could have really been wanting another child. They could have had two boys and wanted a girl. Who knows?
We don't know.
At the end of the day, she didn't terminate her pregnancy, so she wanted it.
She wanted to have a child.
Yeah, at 40, which is, anybody would say that is, the older you get, not saying we can't have babies till old, yes we can, but depending on our body and our health, it is a lot of strain, and you are very high risk. Me, at 41, if I have a kid, I will be fine. Once again, 15 years of military, working out constantly, I'm fine. We don't know the status of every woman's body. And at that time, the older that you get, we can still have kids. It is just very high risk.
It's just different.
Yeah.
It's just very different. It's
For everybody.
I was just like, as long as a woman is, is continuing. It was like continuing to do her thing. I was like, she could have. I was like, she could definitely continue to have children within, into her later years.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of examples with that, of even some women having babies into their early 50s.
Yeah.
So it's not that it doesn't happen, but there are women. I was like, there have been a lot of women out there that have had babies in their upper 40s, like mid 40s, upper 40s to later on in years, and it's just like, for this woman and her husband, this could have been like, oh my goodness, this is our, this is our last, this is gonna be our last one.
Yeah.
Their baby.
I just have a message for all our white viewers. I know y'all may not be racist, but y'all need to start calling racism out. Y'all need to, within y'all family functions, family events, around y'all family members, y'all need to start calling out. Y'all need to vote against it. I know you agree with us and you see what is going on, but not doing anything is complacent in the system, and you still benefit.
Absolutely.
So unless you help with the change, will there not be change? And then that means that you're still okay with the current system that benefits you.
Yes, you're comfortable with it. It's very uncomfortable to sit there and call things out, because of the simple fact that things you're going to be doing is going to be a major target on your back.
Yeah, you have to get out of your uncomfortableness. And that's what a lot of white people don't do. And that's, I think, what we have the problem with y'all who say y'all are not racist, that y'all don't get out of the comfort zone of y'all privilege.
Yeah,
to fight against it.
It's hard, and it's definitely hard for you all to get out of. It's not your fault, but it's hard. But it's just like, but it takes a lot of conscious effort and work for you all to sit there and do that, to unlearn those things, because it's just like most of you are just have complicit you just have complicit bias. That's it. And it's like it's not, and it's just like it's the way you all are programmed, and the ones that and you just don't realize that you're programmed. Even the ones we know, the ones who are nice, who are well-meaning, they just don't get it.
Yeah, and they're passive aggressive.
Yeah.
They'll hear and see those type of things, but they won't say anything.
They don't get it.
So it's like, okay, you're still you have to get out of y'all have to get out of y'all comfort zone, and that means y'all will be putting y'all life, y'all family, y'all finances at risk for doing the right thing. But until you do that, this is why we say you all are racist. You never understood it because you be like, well, I'm not. But you still benefit and contribute to the system because you do nothing about it.
Yeah, it's nice.
You have to fight against the system. The only way we're going to see peace and equality is if you fight against the system. As long as you stay in your comfort zone and stay passive aggressive, we will continue to be oppressed. Because it's like, I don't partake in it, but I don't stop those others that do it.
Right. I guess when it comes to it, I really want them. I was just like, as far as fighting racism is concerned, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not at this point. I know it's not something that I can change. I know it's not. At this point, we could, but unfortunately, it would have to take all of everybody here in this country to be like, and do it. And the thing about it is, nobody wants to do it. And right now we have a third of the people that want change, a third of people who want to get rid of get rid of that third of those people, and we have a third of the people that are watching. That's exactly what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what else are we supposed, what more are we supposed to do? How much more, I don't feel like you can really teach empathy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can really teach that. And it's just like, no matter how we cut it and talk about these types of things and talk about how soulless and how ghoulish a lot of these people are that we have been witnessing just in the last decade. You know what I'm saying? It was just like these ghoulish people and the things that have been happening, something like this. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like here where we live, it's just, we're so numb to it. We're just so okay with it. And it's like, no, I'm not okay with it. No. Actually, this woman and her family are traumatized. Here they are on vacation, driving from point A to point B. Okay?
And I get dragged by a KC worker.
Yes. I forgot where she was.
Circle K.
Circle K. Exactly. The round K. So yeah, and it's like.
Proud.
It's just like their whole day their whole lives were rocked that day. What a way to start the new year.
Yo, her head would have been broken.
What a way to start the new year. You know? We don't even know she told the kids about. I think she said something, but
I mean, 8 weeks. I normally wouldn't. I don't know how their family works, but 8 weeks I wouldn't tell the kids that we're having a baby yet.
No.
I mean, and I'm older too, so I will hold off until I'm months.
Yeah,
I don't think she probably told the
feel
kids.
I don't think she did either.
Yeah. She's older. She's 40. She got 2 kids. I wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm pregnant at 8 weeks. I would have waited until months.
At least 12.
Just to make sure. So I don't think so.
Yeah.
This is how I feel about the situation. I feel like this is why I always say that I don't want to be at the bottom no more. And you always look at me crazy and weird when I say this. Because I feel like no matter what, even if it wasn't a racist system, there's still a classist system. It's still a hierarchy that's designed with human beings. So no matter what, I need something that distinguishes myself between you and me, and there's a class. And I feel like there's always going to be that. And at this moment, everybody is comfortable with black people being the bottom because you're at least over them. And this is why I feel like that it's not going to change until somebody else is going to be at the bottom, because there's always going to be that class hierarchy, that type of... I do, in a patriarchy world, because that's how men measure y'allselves. That's a different podcast. I feel like there's going to always be that. And I just don't want to be at the bottom no more. Put somebody else at the bottom. I don't care.
Well,
that's how I feel. I feel like no matter what,
this is the thing.
I don't feel like we should be at the bottom anymore.
We don't. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. It's not about being at the. It's not about being at the bottom. What I was like, really, the only people that really need to understand who have really been who have really been affected by who really been affected and are continuing to actually withhold, I was like, that are really like stopping progress, are poor whites. And I'm gonna tell you why. The reason I say poor whites is because the simple fact the donkeys, the Republican Party has them in a chokehold for so many years, and they've been voting against their interests for generations after generation. Okay? Now think about this.
And it's been against black people. That's what it's been.
They have been.
They've been voting against black people.
They have been, but they've been sold that. Yeah. They've been sold that since before the Civil War. They have been sold that, and we can't. It's like that. That's a very that's a historical fact. We can't sit there and talk, and not talk about that. Like, poor whites are the ones that I was like that, and I'm not talking about like, no, we should be there for poor whites. No, they're the ones that need to realize that you all have been fucked too.
Oh, y'all been majorly fucked.
And
y'all been sold a whole lot.
And you generation from generation, your papa has been voting against his own interests for years, and gave it to your grandfather, who gave it to your father, and now to you. And you all are still voting against your interests. Excuse me, what generation has it gotten better for you with the voting that you have done? What has happened?
And I mean, seriously, like, if I'm supposed to have all this, why all these Negroids got this?
Not the Negroids. This is not the crowd. Okay, this is not the crowd.
So, yeah, I would, if I was white, like, bro, what are you doing? Like, everything was set up for your benefit. And
everything is set up for your benefit. It's,
So, I mean, you have to, like, start thinking, like, okay, like, maybe I need to rethink these laws and what I'm voting into, because it's supposed to be set up for me, but still the Negroids is getting everything.
It's not even that they're getting everything. They're just...
To be honest, guys... black people, we don't benefit from anything. You cannot get anything. Listen, don't think that black women are all on food stamps. It's so many programs, everything that's set up to deny us. We're basically working hard to get these things. Like, even when it comes down to financial aid to going to school, we get less than. So it's literally these black women working their butts off and men to get these things. We're not receiving these benefits. Everything was set up to deny us from these benefits. These benefits are only for them. So why do you think
These
that we
benefits,
receive them?
the only benefits, everything that's out there that's set up
Is
is for
for
white men.
yeah,
It's essentially
yeah,
just for white men.
everything,
Everything.
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 Child support,
Everything.
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 Guys, it wasn't even, listen, guys, child support wasn't even set up for black men, man. That's the sad thing. It wasn't. It was set up for white men that was sitting there sleeping with these women and having kids and not raising them. Like, not even for you, bro. Like,
But use you as the example, which is crazy.
exactly. Like, come on, y'all. Yeah, we gotta wake up from the spell. They got us, and I get it. Believe me, we're American too. So that means people gotta understand, right? Let's put it into, I don't want to take it back to slavery, but let's put it into, now I'm raising you and I only give you one book or I only teach you one word. You're not going to know nothing but that one book and that one word. And if I only give you access, so I understand when it comes to black people, but now we're in the age of the internet and we have to start reading and educating ourselves. It is no excuse to still buy into propaganda. We have that access to educate ourselves. We have to do it. We have to do it.
Speaking of that, like piggybacking off of what she's saying, like black folks, please, even if you don't know how to, please figure out how to understand about topics that you don't know. Reading comprehension is very important. And right now we are at a problem where there is so much misinformation out there.
Yeah, watch out for that AI. Yeah,
AI, bad information. People who claim to be, and I'm speaking to us specifically, who claim to be pro-black, because the pro-black to MAGA pipeline is very real. It is very real.
Yeah, I mean, it's another way of keeping us in check. They had two ways of keeping us in check. Poor whites and the coons.
Yeah.
So that's still today. Still today.
You need to be careful about what it is that about what it is that you're popping off about. And when you talk about talking about certain things, because you're spewing off a lot of points that are just MAGA points. You're spewing off white supremacy, and you're trying to make it seem like it's something else, and it's not.
No.
I was just like, and if you were feeling that way, congratulations, they won.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. Is to, whenever you look at us, male or female, and a smile don't come to your face, as a black person, then you are feeding into our colonizers. And that's plain and simple. You should not be able to look at your people with any type of disgust. No form of, we are the most humane individuals. The fact that so much has been done to us and we have not reciprocated that. And that's what people don't understand. We're so humane that you can really do that to people we have never done. And the fact you can look at us with disgust and not love in your heart, then that's when you know you are colonized. No matter what, it's nothing but love for us, baby.
No, it's all love, but it's like the time that we're in right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, like, it's very easy to see who is for us. I was just like, and it was just like, but if you gonna sit here and spew off some white supremacist MAGA stuff that it was just like, and if I know it is, or if I can tell that it is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, you need to do a little bit more reading about what it is that you're talking about. Do a little more research. Just like, for instance, today,
Yeah.
I saw a post today,
Mm-hmm.
very interesting, about just basically, do a little bit more research before you sit there and like say something that's not true.
Yeah, we definitely, because a lot of these headlines are
No.
made for a shock, so we have to research.
Right.
Wow.
And it's just like, in our media, I was like, people have to
The
understand.
AI, everything. We
And
have
our
to.
media is under attack right now.
Yeah.
Our free journal, our free press is under attack. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have a major problem with it. All right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole other discussion. But the meme was, they were trying to compare past Democrat presidents compared to Trump doing this invasion. And it's just like, you mean the legal ones that they did? And I was just like, and one of them being, you know what they mentioned? Obama unaliving Osama bin Laden. Okay?
Which everybody was like, yay for, but anyway, gosh.
Now, mind you,
Y'all know I did 15 years, so I got a lot to say about that.
Right. But this was the thing. I was just like, there's just all these things that they were bringing up. There's like, you have to have nuance with these things that you're bringing up with these presidents and the things that you're talking about. It's nuance. I was just like, when it comes to Osama bin Laden, that was an open case that we were going through because we still didn't have any when he was president. We still didn't have any retribution of or anybody held responsible or anybody for 9/11. So really, it was still an open investigation. So it was a raid. It was done in secret, and then when he brought it out, you know what I'm saying? They were all like, "Oh, good job. We're fine with this. Approved."
Well, that's a different conversation because we know how I feel. I feel like both parties is against the people.
Duh.
But
Duh. That's
like none of them. And unfortunately, we have to vote. So we have to vote for the lesser of one evil. But none of them, unless we overthrow this whole system, guys. But to go ahead and just close this out.
Yeah.
Let us know what y'all think. Check out the story. Go ahead and read the article. Do some further research.
Sounds good. Okay, y'all. Thank you. We had a great time. Take care.